technically I'm in Massachusetts, but I'm clearly not in Massachusetts because technically I'm on Martha's Vineyard, otherwise known as Amity Island, in 1975, of course, and it's 2025 now. It's 50 years, the 50-year anniversary of Jaws, and that's why I'm here. I'm actually on Amity Island, and right there, that's Edgartown Lighthouse. I'm in Edgartown, Martha's Vineyard, and this is where they shot, a good portion of Jaws, which, of course, there's so many stories about Jaws. I mean, most people know them. Most people know that the shark was a goddamn wreck, a friggin' pain in the ass, and they ended up having to cut it out of a lot of scenes. Henceforth, making an entire movie that you avoid seeing the shark, which has the payoff at the end. It's actually turned out to be kind of brilliant, and that's Spielberg for you. He's friggin' awesome. And it's got Roy Scheider playing Brody. It's got Richard Dreyfuss as Hooper, and Robert Shaw. I love Robert Shaw. We got Robert Shaw as Quint. And you're gonna need a bigger boat. All the friggin' great lines from the movie, and I can't do it here because I can't rack the focus. But I'll kind of, I'll give you like that's like a poor man's vertigo effect. That's what they did to Roy Scheider on the beach. But couple of cool things about this place. I think that's actually those canopies over there on the beach. Off in the distance here, you see the canopied beach. See those canopies? Those were in the movie as well. And I don't know if there were any terns or plovers in the movie, but those are rare birds here. And you gotta, stay out of their areas. A couple of areas they're cordoned off here. Out of terns and plovers, I'd say my favorite is the plover. Anyways, this is my lunch. Right there, that's my office today. Right there. The igloo cooler. And I got a Jersey Mike's Italian. Anyways. Martha's Vineyard is also, unfortunately, where Mary Jo Kopechne lost her life with Kennedy, Edward Kennedy, Teddy, and so we, growing up, we always used to do a ham-handed Kennedy-esque dialect thing. We used to do. Let me see if I could do it for you. I tried to save Miss Kopechne. I made numerous attempts. But as the car plunged into the Chappaquiddick, so did Mary Jo Kopechne. Something like that. Anyways, happy 50th, Jaws. Happy 50th to needing a bigger boat, and to that cute little scene with Roy Scheider and the kid, the son, plays the kid, and they mimic each other. That was an improv. They were just kind of doing that between scenes. And Spielberg loved it so much, he said, why don't you do that in the shot? Friggin' brilliant. That was the biggest friggin' hit Hollywood had ever seen at that time. 50 friggin' years ago. It's been unseated many times at this point. Avatar and Jurassic Park and things like... Well, Spielberg, he topped himself with that one. But anyway, he didn't do Avatar. He did Jurassic Park. Anyways, periodically I switch hats. Literally and figuratively, because after I record these, I then, I edit them too. So I wear a lot of hats. Anyways, so talking about terns and plovers. I remember growing up, of course, I would do a lot of vacationing on the Cape. My sister and I think I'm pretty sure she had a stuffed tern. You know, my mother was into birds, and I think she had a stuffed tern. And we would argue over it. And, you know, she'd say she wanted her tern. And I thought she meant she wanted a tern with it, as opposed to she simply just wanted her tern. And then I said to my mother, I said, you know, I want a tern. And my mother said, well, she can share. And I said, no, I want a tern. And, you know, she was saying, well, you'll get one when it's your turn. And I said, well, I don't have a turn. It's her turn. And she said, well, it's her turn right now, and I want a turn, and you'll have a turn eventually. And we basically had a problem with the turns. Eventually, I got a turn, a stuffed turn, you know, a plush. I don't know if it was, you know, a Beanie Baby turn or whatever. But anyways, I ended up getting a turn. And being clever, I decided to name it right. You know, that way I know whenever I have it, it's the right turn. You know. Anyway, here's something. I always wanted to do this. Go up to a beach in Martha's Vineyard, right? Get right on the edge of the water and say, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Or, you know, do it in like the classic 80s movie trailer voice. In a world full of pain and of strife, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Something like that. I gotta get back to that Jersey Mike's Italian. I ate half of it. I gotta get the other half. Anyways, they closed down this entire beach for me, just so you know. I'm just kidding. It's just deserted here. Take care. Happy 50th, Jaws.